Today on the Response to COVID-19 program, we find out how the coronavirus pandemic has allowed a rising young cricket star to get his game back in order. Hello, I'm Vidya Ramphal, and thanks for joining us on TTT and TTT Live Online. Now, the Trinbago Knight Riders wicketkeeper batsman Amir Jangoo was not having a great first-class season when COVID-19 brought cricket to a screeching halt. The 22-year-old from St. James used the lockdown period to recharge his physical and spiritual batteries and is now back out to training for the 2020 CPL. Now, this year could be a life-changing year for Jangoo as he is working towards making a case for selection to the West Indies team. When Jangoo was last on the cricket field, he was playing for the Leeward Islands against Jamaica at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua in March. When I spoke to him earlier, I asked him about if he thought the situation with COVID-19 globally would still be as unclear as it was 3 months later.
Wow, it was something that I didn't really expect. I think leading up to that game, there were speculations that, this virus was getting serious. And I think during the game, I remember specifically on day 2, they were like, well, guys, after this, you guys will have to go home to your respective places. So when that happened, it was just like, wow, it was like a reality check to us. But yeah, looking back 3 months now, and I guess the restrictions have been lifted, but at the same time, it's still a global pandemic, which is serious. So yeah, you just have to keep taking precaution and take it as seriously as possible.
How did you cope during the pandemic? How did you pass the time? How did you keep fit?
Well, to be honest, I was going through a really tough 4-day season, physically as well as mentally. So I think it came at a good time, to be honest. I got some time for myself, relaxed a bit. During the first month, yeah, just take that time for myself. I was fasting during Ramadan as well. And yeah, so after Ramadan, I just went back straight to fitness, straight to my home workouts, as well as eating well. And yeah, back to playing cricket as well full time.
Now, it's not often that during the month of Ramadan that you get the opportunity to focus on what's important and not cricket. So this year would have been different for you.
Yeah, it was quite amazing, to be honest. Kind of different, not being able to go to mosque and stuff. But at the same time, get that time to spend time spiritually for yourself. And yeah, it was really good, and I loved it. So the spiritual batteries and physical batteries are all recharged now? Yeah, I'll say so. Definitely getting that whole month for myself. Yeah, I was still doing stuff physically, but now getting to focus mainly on my physical and technical work leading up to CPL as well. So yeah, it's been really good.
Let's talk about that physical and technical work. The technical work in particular would have been very difficult for you given your skill sets as a wicketkeeper batsman, and especially as a wicketkeeper. How did you keep yourself sharp during this period?
Basically, I think knowing that the drills that you do, that was a key factor. Just keeping your body sharp, I guess. I have a good space at home, I'll say. So yeah, I got to do my drills, my shuffles, taking a lot of catches as well. And along with just your normal batting drills, thankfully I have that space at home that I can be free and be able to do it. So yeah, just keep my muscle memory in check.
Keeping to Sunil Narayan must be a little bit of a challenge. I'm not sure if you have a family member or a girlfriend who can turn the ball that much. Must have been difficult coping with that.
To be honest, I kept it Sunil a couple of times, and it was pretty difficult, I won't lie. I bat against him many times as well. World-class bowler and very difficult, but at the same time, it's amazing to have him as a teammate, so it gives me an advantage.
Now, CPL is most likely going to be held entirely here in Trinidad and Tobago. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm really excited. 2 years being with TKR, and yeah, just want to get the opportunity to be out on that field and make the team proud.
And the fact that it's been held or should be held entirely here, does that present any different challenges?
I think there's always a pressure playing at home, even though we're not quite sure about the restrictions with the crowd or anything, but at the same time, you're always at pressure playing at home. But at the same time, I think all our players take that to advantage, and we thrive under the pressure, and seeing that throughout our couple of seasons back.
Now, at club level, it might be a little bit, you might be used to playing with a small crowd. Now, we're playing these massive matches without the crowds being here. Does that present its own challenges in a way?
Yeah, I think so, because at the same time, I think having that home advantage as well as having the crowd behind you, the atmosphere is amazing here at the Queen's Park Oval and even in Brian Lara. So it will be different, but at the same time, all of us are professionals. I think we can adapt to all situations, and once we go out there and do what we have to do, no doubt we'll be successful.
Now, you've had a career where you've traveled a lot. Is that going to be something that you'll miss about the CPL, playing in the different territories, playing in Broward County, for instance? Is that going to be a big miss for this tournament?
Yeah, I think so. I think all the players enjoy that traveling time. It actually helps with the team bonding as well. And obviously, there's a pressure playing at home, but at the same time, yeah, everyone loves to travel, but at the same time, it takes a toll on you, to be honest. So yeah, just having that time to be home just to play cricket could lead to advantage to us.
And for the home fans who might be thinking, "Whoa, we're going to have to watch CPL on TV and not be there," tell them how much you miss them.
Oh no, man, we miss them a lot. As I say, like all players here, even the players that we play against, they say the atmosphere at the Queen's Park Oval and Brian is electrifying. It's something you can't really explain, to be honest. So yeah, we'll miss them a lot.
This year especially is shaping up to be a big one for you in the CPL. Dinesh Ramdin is now no longer with the TKR, and it appears to us looking on the outside that you are the one who has been selected as the wicketkeeper batsman for the TKR. Of course, that may change, but it does look like it's a big opportunity for you.
Yeah, obviously, Dinesh is a legend, and I think he really helped me out a bit with my keeping as well as batting. But at the same time, yeah, it is a good opportunity. If it comes, it comes. I'm just thinking one step at a time. Then closer to the tournament, I'll know which role I really play into the team and everything like that. So yeah, just waiting for time to pass, and when the tournament comes, I'll see what I can do.
No, but it is a massive opportunity, as we're saying here. Does that in itself put any pressure on you, or are you just taking it a day at a time?
There'll always be pressure. It's one of the biggest tournaments in the world. It's one of the biggest T20 tournaments. Obviously, it's being watched all over the world as well. So there is that pressure, but at the same time, this is what I do for a living. You know, this is my dream, and I just so relish all the opportunities that I get and take them.
Now, CPL this year, as you pointed out, is going to be very, very different with all the changes due to COVID-19. What have you heard? I mean, what the sense do you get from those around the TKR setup of how different this is going to be?
Yeah, it will be different. Obviously, as I said, same thing back to the crowd and stuff. Obviously, guys will probably have to be quarantined and stuff. So yeah, it will be pretty different. But at the same time, knowing that our team, TKR, we have a really huge family bond together. We have that love for each other as a team. So I guess it's something that might keep us together as well. So yeah, just keeping the team tight and yeah, just enjoy every moment of it.
No Chris Gale this year?
Well, that's good for us. Yeah, amazing player, Chris. But yeah, it's a good opportunity for someone else to come in as well for their team. But at the same time, that'll be a huge miss for them.
Now, last year, of course, the TKR just falling short of achieving that hat-trick of titles. No team has ever done that before. Do you think that the TKR can return to winning ways this year?
Yeah, definitely. All the guys were so disappointed and crushed during the semi-finals in that game. But yeah, I think so. Everyone is really motivated. And yeah, all we want to do is win. That's the mentality in our group. We just want to go out there and win and be positive. So yeah, just really looking forward to this year.
Well, let's see if the TKR can make it 3 wins in 4 years. Coming up, Amir Jangoo traces his rise through the ranks of Trinidad and Tobago cricket, and he also talks about his hopes to play for the West Indies cricket team. That's coming up. Stay with us. Welcome back. In this segment, national cricketer Amir Jangoo tells us about his rise through the ranks of local cricket, from watching his father play the game to the bright lights of the Caribbean Premier League. I asked him how he came to play the game in the first place.
I think it's a bit of both. Being born into my family, I think my dad used to play cricket as well. I used to go to all his win ball games on the weekend, as well as my granddad. He used to love cricket as well. So whenever my dad wasn't home, my granddad was there to throw balls at me and stuff in the yard. So from there, I just got a love for the game, and yeah, that was it. That's where it started.
And right here at the Queen's Park Oval, you would have done some training for several years.
Yeah, actually when I was 6 years old, I got into the Queen's Park coaching clinic. And from there I learned the basics and stuff, as well as actually guys like Tio and Webster, like the guys who are my teammates now, started with them at the clinic, and from now we're playing first class cricket together.
And wicket keeping is not something that you had started as your first love, really. You just sort of learned to love it. That's out in primary school, I understand?
Yeah, starting in primary school and as well as in the clinic as well, yeah. Just getting a love for it, and from there just went from strength to strength.
Your first introduction to cricket would have been in the North Zone. Tell me what that was like playing in those leagues.
To be honest with you, it was the biggest thing ever for me at that age. Being able to represent my zone, it was something special because I know that past national players used to do it. And from there it was a stepping stone for me to go on to play youth cricket for Trinidad, as well as making a name for myself, basically.
You were under 19 North Zone captain, I believe, at one time. And that experience certainly did shape your cricketing career.
Yeah, it definitely did. I think I always watched myself as a leader, as well as the management and stuff going up the ranks, and I got the opportunity at under 19 level. I think we led the team to the semi-finals as well. But yeah, it was amazing. It's really amazing. Something that I'll cherish forever. And yeah, hopefully can lead some teams in the future.
Now, your school career was very interesting. You started as captain at one school and then ended up in another one. So tell us about that.
Yeah, it was bittersweet, to be honest. I have a great love for St. Anthony's. I think they really shaped my cricket career as well, giving me that recognition at that level. As well as just getting the opportunity to play at the highest level at Fatima College. I think it's something that I needed to do. And they took me with open arms, and we did well for the last 2 years.
You formed a very good relationship with Miguel Patti, who was Coach of the Year during one of the years you were there. What was it like working with him?
He's an amazing guy. Always there to give you advice. Very strict, but at the same time very easygoing, if that makes sense. But yeah, he's an amazing character, and I know I can go to him whenever I can, and he'll always be there for me.
Now, in addition to that, you've also formed a very close relationship with the Merry Boys team. You made your debut at age 15, if I remember correctly, with Merry Boys. What is it about that team that made you, bind to them so well?
To be honest, been at the club since I was 13 years old. After leaving Queen's Park at the clinic, they just gave me the opportunity to play cricket at the highest club level here in Trinidad, and they took me in as well. And I think I learned so much from them. They're amazing players at the club. Mario Belko and Anil Kanai, those guys who played for Trinidad in the past, and I think from there that led me to being the player that I am today. So yeah, great love for Merry Boys. Obviously, it's my home club now. It was my home club, and I'm at Queen's Park now this year. So yeah.
And the death of Patrick Rampersad certainly would have affected the club. What are the prospects for Merry Boys in the future?
Oh yeah, it's can't really explain that loss. It's something that basically a gap that can really be filled. Unfortunately, the team ended up getting demoted last year. But yeah, the team, if it's one thing, the club have a really big bond as a family. So yeah, the guys are working together to try their best to get the team back up in National 1 cricket. But yeah, the club is still up and running, which is really good.
From club cricket, North Zone cricket, you were able to break into the Trinidad and Tobago under 19 team, top scorer during one of the competitions, made it into the West Indies under 19 team. Youth level cricket, what are the lessons you would have taken from that?
I enjoyed every moment of youth level cricket, playing under 17 cricket, getting the MVP in that tournament, and 2 years at under 19 level. It was amazing, man. Obviously playing with guys who's playing on West Indies team now, guys like Kimo Paul, Hetmaya, those guys. But yeah, it's amazing getting to play at that level. It actually took my cricket to the other level. I didn't really play much 3-day cricket and stuff, and that's what they did in that tournament, so I loved every minute of it.
Eventually you got onto you played at the regional Super 50 competition, debut in Scarborough in 2015. Not the greatest of debuts, I think you would remember?
Yeah, I remember the game ended up being a 21 over match against Trinidad. Obviously I started the Trinidad team as well. I think I went team with probably 3 of us to go, made 5 rounds or so, but at the same time, you got to play against guys we watch on TV and stuff, so it was basically a confidence booster to me, that you're playing at that level. So yeah, it was an amazing experience, even though it wasn't the best, I guess.
Now, in between there, you also had a stint with the combined campuses, colleges and campuses, the CCC team. What was that like? And you would have formed some lasting friendships there.
Yeah, definitely. It's an amazing setup, I must say, in Barbados. The guys that work behind the scenes there, they do an amazing job. The amount of work ethic they put into their work, I think it really builds you to be a professional, especially to balance your schoolwork with your education with cricket as well. So yeah, it's something that I take with me forever because at the same time you learn so much from them.
Breaking into the Trinidad and Tobago team during that 2017 season, you played list A cricket obviously before that, and that certainly helped you in that pink ball match at Kensington in 2017.
Yeah, definitely. I remember playing the Super 50 tournament when I scored the most runs for CCC. We played half-hour games in Kensington Oval, and when I got the call and I heard that we were playing our match against Barbados in the pink ball game at that ground, I was pretty comfortable. I was accustomed to the conditions, so I knew how to prepare, and it ended up working in my favor that game.
You see pink ball cricket having a future in as you see it the tournaments progressing?
I would like to because I do really well in ping ball games. But yeah, I think it's something really innovative, and I think it tests cricketers as well, technically, mentally and physically. So yeah, I think there's a future.
Now, this season, you played for the Leeward Islands, not for Trinidad and Tobago. There's a lot of competition for places on the TNT team, especially for the skill set that you have as a wicketkeeper batsman. How was it this season? I think you talked a little bit about it before, that it wasn't the best of seasons, but I'm sure you would have picked up some valuable lessons.
Yeah, I think personally, as a team, it wasn't the best of season, but for me, the 40 cricket, I had the highest average for them as a batsman. So yeah, it was something that it really made me zoom in, I think, because I didn't really do much keeping for them, but at the same time, I had to focus a lot on my batting, and I think it really took my game to another level, understanding my game, and it really paid dividends for me.
Now, your prospects are getting back into the TNT Red Force team. Joshua De Silva has been brilliant this season, and also in the Super 50. So it's another challenge here. Ramden might be, some say, on his way out, who knows? But there are a lot of challenges, and competition certainly like this does bring the best out of you, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think competition is always healthy as well. It goes to show that at that level, they're really amazing players. So at the same time, I think it's something to work hard for. Yeah, I would like to play with Trinidad one day in the future again, but at the same time, I'm with Leeward Islands and I'm doing my best for them.
And finally, West Indies, certainly on your radar. How far away do you think you are from getting there?
That's a really good question. Having 290s this year, thinking back on it, if I took those 290s into 100s, I think that I may have been in England by now. But at the same time, it's something that I just have to work hard towards. I think one more good season in first-class cricket, or a couple of good seasons, and I can be right there.
96 is only 4 runs away from 100, but it certainly was painful. What happened?
I have 3 90s in first-class cricket, so it's something probably I have to look into in myself. But at the same time, yeah, just mental, I guess, mental work, that's all.
Don Bradman, that's the man you need to talk to. But Amir, thank you so much for chatting with us.
Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
Well, thanks to Amir Jangoo for chatting with us, and we wish him the best in the future. Yeah, if he can get a Bradman-esque sort of finish to his innings, it would certainly help him in a big way. Now, for continued coverage, remember you can join us on TTT Talk City 91.1 FM, Suite 100, Next 99.1 FM, as well as on Facebook at TTT Live Online for all your COVID-19 updates. Thanks so much for joining us for the Response to COVID-19 program. I'm Vidya Ramphal. Bye for now.